pictures are tagged as well. Everything is perfectly set on Shopify, and Shopify offers me the option to connect to all of my social media. All I do is just share.
Yeah,
and I don't work as much.
That's like
so
easy. Push the button.
You already have a Shopify store, Jimmy. You've never logged into it. But
I saw it. I just Googled you yesterday. I Googled everything about you yesterday. After I saw how much.
Oh my God. Are you okay after all of that,
I
Anca?
built that website for you for free in an afternoon, okay?
You know what?
Break.
You know what? I get in so much trouble, and today I'm in trouble again.
Alex,
Jesus.
Alex, Kyle, Matt, one of the men in the room. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Alex over at Laser Everything, and you're listening to another episode of the Laser Source Podcast, the #1 podcast. We want to grow or scale your laser business. We have a very special guest today, Anca Wetegrove, from, I got a compliment about that, don't even laugh, from Germany, Romania, then Germany, now in Texas. Is it Texas?
Texas, yes.
Texas. So, wow, what a journey. And look, guys, here's the thing. Anca's here today because she's killing it. She's killing it. Like just from every angle, from every front, she is waging a war and she is destroying everything in her path. We're jacked to have her here today.
Wait, I have the right sound for that. Let me.
Do we have a soundboard?
She has a soundboard?
Kyle?
Are you going to punish us with, oh no.
Let's hear it.
There you go.
That's like a little drum roll.
Wow,
Yeah.
Kyle, that was really cool, wasn't it, Kyle?
Wasn't it, Kyle? Did you order the soundboard yet?
Just give credit to your sponsors.
Oh yeah, our sponsor, guys. Go check out the Laser Master Academy. It's the #1 way to support the channel. You can find out over at masters.lasereverything.net. Oh, the real sponsors. Cheers. That's amazing. Kyle,
There
you're
you go.
fired.
Cheers.
Hey, I see a sea of red and then just Kyle. Oh, boys, come on, dude. Is
this the red wave?
Again, water.
I'm okay with being different.
I have water too. I have water in my check that out. Dunder Mifflin.
Oh,
Nice.
Hell
Like
yeah.
that. Yeah, I got that. Look, check it out.
Nice.
I actually made that for my wife, but she doesn't like it, so I stole it. Anca,
Back to
what
Anca.
the hell are you doing here from Romania? How, when? You said, okay, so before we started recording the show, guys, Anca asked me if I wanted the decent story or the fun story. I requested the fun story. So let's hear the fun story. Tell us what.
Well, to fast forward everything to a very short one is that I got exported for goods. I got pregnant from a German guy, so I got exported to Germany to bring the goods back home.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Okay, he was like Guten Tag, and you were like, I'm on my way.
I'm coming.
There you go.
For sure.
Well, the fun story is that I've always wanted to end up somehow in US. I never knew how it's going to happen, but it happened. And it was not planned. It just, it was a move in my husband's career, and we took the chance, and we are here in Texas. We never moved around, so we don't know anything about the US. We just know about this one little 20 miles square foot of land that we see every day, which is this space here around North Dallas, Texas.
How long have you been here?
7 years.
20 square miles in 7 years?
Well, I mean, what I mean by is that our range of motion is just 20 miles. We don't see much. That's all we see. School, work. That's
like
what
everybody.
life is.
Well,
all about.
yeah. We gotta get Anca to like the Grand Canyon.
Well,
Right?
no. Don't get this wrong, because we are the gypsies. We just pack the car and drive.
Oh,
But
good.
We'll say
good.
Romanians. That's right.
we are.
They travel.
Travel.
But what I mean by this, that our life is not, like there are some military families who just travel
you're not
around.
jet
We have
setting
seen,
all over.
We have not done that. We just
Right.
moved from one spot to another. And we are happy here. We are still here. So
yeah. I mean, 7 years is a long time. And your business, it's HP Design.
Right. Actually, that's an alias. My company's name is Hocus Pocus Design, which when I first discovered the word Hocus Pocus was in German, and it's spelled with K. It means to create something out of nothing. And in my first 6 or 8 months of business, I have received so many requests for Halloween stuff that I couldn't handle it anymore.
That's awesome.
So I had to change it to HP Design by Anca, because at that point when 2020 hit, the fashion was to go by some letter combinations and your name with connected. So I thought, why not? Anca is not something that you see here as often as other names. And I thought, just fits well. So that's awesome. I learned that Hocus Pocus thing is really cool too. I really like that. I had no idea that was the case of that. Yeah, I know, right? I had to make the change. So I was born in Romania. And then when I think my uncle was in his 20th, he was traveling as a salesperson to US and Europe. And I told boys this. He came when I was 10 back from a trip, and he brought a Mao-am. It's like this chewing candy. I guess it's like when you chew it, feels like it's a chewy candy, but it dissolves while you are chewing it. Wow. And I thought, is a chewing gum that is dissolving, and I was so impressed. And I said to him when I was 10, sitting down at his legs, he was on a chair, and I was looking up to him and dreamed about one day I'm going to go to US. I'm going to end up in the country. He talked about doors they open while you just stand in front of them. And I was wearing the shoes and t-shirts from my brother, that poor we were. So that was a big image change for me. And I was dreaming since I was 10 to end up in, traveling outside the country. And I made the only move that was possible at the time, because I'm the generation to which the Berlin Wall was falling, and we were just waking up as teenagers in a world of freedom of speech, freedom of everything. I started in my 10th grade to become a punker. I was skinheaded, wear chains and dangles. I was the craziest on the
punk Anca. I like it.
Yeah, I was doing all that fun stuff.
Still has the asymmetrical haircut, looking cool. Boom.
Yeah, still doing it. And then when I was, I think in the 11th, I heard about a university who was offering off-board finishing your degree, university degree. And I was planning to go and study science politics with that only in mind, to have straight A's and to get out of the country and not coming back. But it happened that I met my husband during my universities. I think a second year I was studying, been working, because I had really very poor conditions. My parents were not able to pay for anything for me. I started working at 14, and then I met my husband. And so I said, you know what? It doesn't matter with whom I'm getting out of here. I'm just getting out of here.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And so I skipped studying, got exported for goods, and we had our first daughter. And I
can see Anca, like, it's her face, and she looks over, and then it's her husband, and he slowly mirages into like a pair of like tickets.
It was just, I know it's, people who know me will think it's pretty awkward that I say this, but it was faith, more or less. So
yeah.
It was meant to happen. And we are married for 20 years. We have a 20-year-old soon, and another daughter. She's soon 14.
Man, wow, that's a lot. Yes. My daughter just turned 1 today.
Oh, happy birthday!
I just thought Boyce has a bunch of adult kids, and I was just like, man, I just can't even wrap my head around that. My oldest is 8, and it's like I can't even fathom like having like teenagers and adult kids is
imagine like drinking with your kids soon, right?
dude. Oof, can't even.
I think I said this before. You know what's the best thing is after they get the driver's license until they are allowed to drink in the US, you have a driver. Like you have a driver.
A chauffeur finally. Take me to Home Depot.
In Germany, it's like you're 12. You know, like,
I don't know. I don't think so, but well, she was traveling last summer to Germany with her boyfriend, and they had the privilege of drinking without being 21.
Right.
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. You get that Germany pass.
Yes.
So, I mean, so that's okay. So that's a crazy journey, but how did you go from just being like, oh, this is Texas, I live here now, to like, I have a laser engraving empire? Like, what, how did the addiction,
we don't know.
How did the addiction
We have no
start?
idea what happened, but
What was the first thing you bought?
I think it was probably 18 years ago. I was purchasing a plotter from Silhouette. That's how it all started.
Oh, yeah.
Plotter. Yeah. The vinyl slip. Yep. Yep. That's a big one.
I think before we moved to US, everyone with whom I worked, when I said goodbye, I said I will never return back to the fitness industry. This is it. But there I was working back again as a assistant manager at Lifetime Fitness and then later at the Cowboys because I had no idea where to start again. And thank God the pandemic hit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because it like broke you out.
Yes, it was time. I knew it was time. I had an injury I suffered. I was training for an Ironman, for a full Ironman, and I hurt my back. I still have 2 herniated discs on my lower back, and that just was time. Was time to say
you
no.
You guys are great, like Boyce drinking his water. You're doing Ironmans and shit. I wouldn't run from a bear. I would not run from a bear.
I'm pretty sure I'm an aluminum man. Like that's all I got.
Well, you don't have to run faster than the bear. You just have to run faster than the slowest person running from the bear.
Shove Kyle down. Like,
Jimmy's got the fucking neck thing. He would be
I'll just give the bear a hug. It's fine.
Well, actually, if you don't move, you can win the race against the bear because he's not going to touch you, so it's fine.
I thought you were going to say if you don't move, he can't see you. I heard the Jurassic Park because his vision is based on movement.
Jeff Goldblum.
Right, so you got the plotter.
So you got the plotter, and then was that COVID or was this a long time ago?
No, this was 18 years ago, and when I was still crafting, and I did a lot of things. And in Germany, I own my own company, and for that, I needed to learn how to design and do my website and all that,
right,
shit. And I went to what here are like college classes. I studied web and graphic design a little bit on the side. I was very privileged. My husband was always supporting me on every crazy dream that I had. So, and when we moved here, I already had a lot of clients who were asking for logo design or whatever things. And because the plotter was able to, cut vinyl for door signs and opening times for shops, and where we live is booming. It's crazy booming. And when I went out, or I always do this, when I went out for dinner and I see someone who's struggling as a new business and in the food industry, I know it is the hardest job ever to do, and to own a business like that is very hard. And if I see young people, I always offer my services, and that's what I do sometimes. I just offer my services for free or for little, just to cover costs. And I did a lot of vinyl for opening hours and logos and things like that. And when the pandemic hit, my husband and I, looking at our phones, everyone did, and we always saw the Glowforge commercial.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
You went from the vinyl
were the
slip to the
victim.
Glowforge slip.
I was about to say that's like the next step, man.
Yeah.
We were the victims, like everyone else, but we were in the first steps of it. We were receiving emails and maybe even pushes about being the first, initiators, like putting the money before the product is out. And we said, we just want to wait. Let's just wait. So we waited a little bit, and then I purchased the Pro. I was one of the luckiest. I never had any issues.
Nice.
But I'm because of my husband, I'm very let's say thanks to my husband. I'm listening more to him because he's the engineer and he always says, clean your machine, take care of your rails, make sure that the tray is clean, make sure this is working, make sure your lenses are clean, and always take care of the PPE. And I did that, and so my machine never had any issues. The only issue that I had, and probably lots of people had, was that I had to replace the lens once, and that was it.
Right, yeah.
But it was it's still I use it today only for food. And I do a lot of food engraving.
Food engraving, like edible food.
Like cheese, macarons, steak.
Are you charging people for this? Or
Yes.
Who came to you and said, "Would you engrave my steak, please"?
Actually, some good names.
Was it Alicia Pate? Yeah.
I'm not saying who because they are great clients and I don't want to lose them.
Sure.
But
it's cool.
I'm just saying.
If you're willing and you can.
Okay. Let me change my question. Once the steak has been engraved by you and they drive back to pick it up, when they go home, what do they do with it? Okay,
the steak was only made for myself. The cheeses.
Okay, got it. The cheese that makes okay. The truth comes out.
Let's change the refrigerator.
Okay.
We go to the cheese refrigerator. So only cheeses that I do and macarons that I do for clients.
Interesting.
Cheese.
And if you look at the wheel,
that's some fancy stuff.
The brie wheel.
Yeah.
I engraved. Let's just say it's a star on it.
Jesus.
And people pay you for that.
Did you just say Jesus?
She listened
very well.
Shit, man. I guess we need to, Kyle, add it to the hacking plan. We're doing a cheese.
That is the only reason why I am talking to Pascal and I'm sending him a lot of questions like, can you please try some cheese for me on your UV? Because I want to do it. And he was like, I don't find that here. I'm sorry. And I was, Pascal, you have to find some.
Kyle, you got any cheese in your fridge?
Yeah, Matt, can you do some?
What kind?
What kind of cheese? Look, he's getting up.
The brie wheel.
Dude, he's literally gonna go get Kraft American cheese out of his fridge. Like, let's not play games.
I'll go to the store.
I was gonna say I'll go tomorrow. I got the day off tomorrow. I got it.
So these are people who, like, it's not like the grocery store saying, "Hey, can you put this out?" These are each individual people saying, "Hey."
Are they giving them
a party?
Is it like a gift?
Yeah, I am mainly working directly with other small businesses, and these are like party organizers or charcuterie board companies.
See, like honestly though, that's a great idea because I know 2 or 3 places.
I thought it's common. I thought I'm the only one that
we've
doesn't
been
do
doing
it.
this show a long time now, and I've never had anybody tell me they legitimately engrave
every one
food.
of our faces went like.
Usually when engraving food comes up on the podcast, it's Kyle
Am I allowed to share screen?
Yeah,
yes. Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, let me find it first.
There's a lot of places I thought today's podcast was going to go, but cheese engraving was not.
You run a laser engraving empire. Tell us how it started. Brie.
Put a steak on there.
Macarons.
It's a stinky story.
Yeah.
Yep. Let me just find
she
it.
said, "Yep."
God, you got to put a steak.
See,
put a big piece of steak on there.
I need like a visual reference.
Right.
Her daughter thought that she was going to be the embarrassing one.
I know, right?
All us right here. All us.
Here we are. Yep, absolutely.
Okay, so
I'm excited to see this because this is a cool idea.
Me too.
I'm not sure how to share it, but maybe you guys can help me.
Yeah, so at the bottom of StreamYard, there's a little square with a plus in it, and it says present.
I see that.
Click that and pick a screen, and then we can throw it up for you.
Share screen. 2 monitors. Which one I pick? I pick this one. Okay.
You talk just like I do.
I have to talk to.
Heck yeah.
Yep, go
There
for it.
she is.
See?
All right.
Beautiful.
Okay. I have only did so the picture that I did was under my Mira 9 because I didn't want to have Glowforge in there. At that time I was trying to catch an eye, or I was doing the best I could, Mira to catch an eye, or let's say Eon to catch an eye on me. So I was just staging a lot of things so that they see me, but this was done on Glowforge. I'm not sure how to make this.
Just go full screen with your left one. Yeah.
There we go.
And you can, there it is.
And this was done for charcuterie company, Time and Date, and they were organizing a dinner after a concert for someone who's pretty famous.
Weird. And they're just like, we need this cheese marked ASAP.
Yep. Please do that on the UV and let me know how you go.
Kyle's on it. Kyle's got his shopping list for sure.
Show
Kyle,
me the
you're
cheese.
Muted. You're muted, Kyle.
You could go by Show Me Your Cheese.
It'll be round 2 of Lasered Food Edition.
Yeah, Laser.
Try
2,
salami.
Yeah.
Salami does good because it has a lot of fats.
A little closer up.
I imagine it caramelizes
Slightly
too.
larger, but yeah,
that's a nice mark.
Do you have a steak picture? With
I
a
don't.
Big old steak. It's like,
No, I don't.
Look at that. Oh, look, it's a whole.
I can literally go get that tomorrow.
There's a whole video on it.
I gotta
nice.
cut this one off before Jimmy does something stupid. Jimmy, don't put a steak in your CO2.
Please don't.
Because we know what's been in your CO2.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
telling
Hockey.
you.
You're gonna be eating
flavor.
like a half a pound of acrylic.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Is this all? Wait, was that all fake, Anca?
I'm getting hungry.
Well, I did one, but I didn't give it to them. I was just trying, I was trying to make the best I could to catch attention.
You're really good
Eon.
at
Photography's nice.
Yeah, the photography is very nice.
Nice
and very,
staging.
very
Thank
consistent.
you. That's all iPhone 13.
All iPhone. Yep. So it can be done on. Are you like a filter person? Do you like go after filters or?
Like
I
presets?
use Lightroom to take the pictures directly in Lightroom.
Nice.
And
then-
you guys can follow this. We'll plug everything at the end for sure. But this is HP Design by Anca on Instagram, Instagram.com. So you guys can check out any of these photos on your own if you'd like. So it looks like there's a lot of like charcuterie, like cutting board kind of stuff. How are you doing this kind of stuff? You have fiber too now, huh?
I have it since, now we are 1 year and 8 months.
Yeah.
There you go.
Those
Those are great.
Yep.
The jewelry, they are not my pictures. I have a business partnership with a jewelry company in China.
Okay.
And I send them the design files so that they stage some pictures for me.
Yeah.
Because
very
I
cool.
myself need to work on my pictures quality. I don't do well in photographing jewelry.
Well, in metal, it's actually really difficult because you have to get the
metal
lighting
sucks.
just right.
Sucks.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of reflection and stuff.
So the other thing that I have up here is your link tree. This is why I'm like, you're literally like all over the place doing everything. But one thing caught my eye. We are on Fair Wholesale. Now, I've heard this come up a couple times, but I don't really understand. Really understand what this is. Can you talk to us about Fair a little bit and just kind of like tell us?
And to be honest, this was the best decision I was taking a long time ago. It took me a while to get in. They are very picky about who's allowed to be on the platform.
Right.
They are looking for, first of all, for some sort of history in the business. They don't take necessarily new coming businesses. They do, but I did not have the kind of startup budget to have the pictures, to have the products, to have the website. So it took me a while. And on Fair, the way it works is that you can sell by unit or by unit packages. The unit packages, they can be between 2 up to 100 or even more. And you either decide to pick the same price that you have on your website, and then they cut 50% off of the original price, and they resell it to other shops or small boutiques. I have been having a good success with Fair. I was not expecting it to be that good, but it was, and the way it works is that even here locally, I didn't even know one of the buyers is 2 even blocks away from me, but they shop on Fair, like small boutiques, they shop on Fair.
Right.
And they decide if they want to purchase from you one product or many. If they do want to purchase many, which happened a few times, is that they connect with you directly so that they skip the Fair platform. If they are as close as these clients are.
Right.
But I have some clients who are displaying my Shikuri mini boards, the ones with the map on it, how you put things on it.
Yeah.
They purchase I have them displayed in Waco. I have some displayed in Wichita, I think. And there's some in Houston.
I was confused. So I thought that this was for like wholesaling like blanks almost, but these are like finished products that are like going to like boutiques, like you said.
Right.
It's almost like an Etsy Alibaba.
It's an Alibaba for your country, but I have buyers from France. So
and they're using these to stock their small brick and mortar shops and selling them. Brilliant.
Yes. And they either take the price that I have on my website, or they can just upgrade it however they please.
Right.
They're not bound to the price. But the only reason why these products have been, not everything that's on Fair, it's actually selling well. I'm just loading up product because it's looking better for the algorithm. But the only reason why I picked the platform Fair is because I want to promote one and singular product, which are my mini Shikuri boards with a mapped layouts where to put cheeses and crackers and things like that, because I think that's a great product. I just don't have the necessarily means to promote it in the right way. So I'm just using these platforms to promote it.
Yeah.
Because it's something unique in my opinion, and I'm trying the best I can to use all means of resources to promote it. I'm someone who believes in reusing an idea and not reinventing ideas. I think it's great to, just hammer deeper into one idea and not come up with new ideas all the time. Yeah, which has always been one of my weakest points, is that it's one of the biggest, I guess, topic in the laser industry has become, since everyone is designing files and making things and doing this and that, is that it's so hard to make that fine definition of what it's, stolen and what's original.
Yeah, and it makes you stand out.
That too. Yeah. And I think it's best to always work harder on one idea that you had and not just skip it just because it didn't work at the beginning. You have to refine it. So what it made a difference with Fair was how that product was displayed and sold. So what I did, I hired a professional photographer, took some professional photos. It cost me $15 a picture. I took 10. And then I did some staging on my own. I have posted lots and lots and lots of videos on Pinterest and then connect them together. And then that's how that board.
That's a lot of work, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
I know.
That is
that's hard work.
Good God, that's very hard work. Good for you.
Like it's
but Jimmy, I was listening to you yesterday and I thought, boy, let me help you because I know how this works. So this was something that I told boys, and I'm like, I don't want to put it out there yet. I'm not ready. So I'm working with 5 different small businesses who I picked them. I worked with them for the past months, and I said, I know what your problem is. Just let me help you. What you don't have is a system of operations. And that is the secret of everything that you do, is that if you just wake up in the morning and you go to your desk and you start something without having a plan ahead of time, it's not going to bring you anywhere. So what I did is that I coached them, and I'm still coaching them through the holidays. And then I'm looking to offer this as a service, as a class for others to learn from. And I think I know where your problem is, Jimmy. And I think where your
so
passion is.
2-hour video.
Where your passion is where your most vulnerable part of your business is. And that is what we often do. We are, and my husband will go like, yeah, I told you this so many times, is we are passionate about it. We are so passionate about what we do. So if we go into the business part of what we do more analytic, and then we just forget about how much involved we are emotionally in what we do, we are successful. Because we have that fire that burns. We just have to focus it, like the laser focus.
Like a laser.
You just have to, you have to really focus on what's most important to you. And the fact that, social media is always pushing on us the perfectionists out of us, and we always want to reach like as many corners as possible, it's not going to be possible. But if you focus on a couple of platforms, it is doable. It is not a lot of work. There are services who offer bundles of multiple social media resources to have one home for everything. You make one post, is just spread it out everywhere. You don't have to work on every single platform hard. I only work on my website. My website has been the best change I've made. Shopify has changed my business. If I was to stay with a different platform, I would have been dying. So I have been, for example, just laying out a product description, made sure that every picture is tagged, has metadata included, and everything is linked, and pictures are tagged as well. Everything is perfectly set on Shopify, and Shopify offers me the option to connect to all of my social media. All I do is just share. Yeah, and I don't work as much.
That's like so easy. Push the button.
You already have a Shopify store, Jimmy. You've never logged into it. But
I saw it. I just Googled you yesterday. I Googled everything about you yesterday. After I saw how much.
Oh my God. Are you okay after all of that,
I built that website for you for free in an afternoon. Okay.
You know what?
Break.
You know what? I get in so much trouble, and today I'm in trouble again.
No, you're not. You're actually
no. I'm in trouble again because I got to go to my Alex. Say, Alex, I'm in trouble, and after Alex knows. I said, Alex, I'm in trouble. He goes, what you do now? What did you do now? Because I get above my. I'm good at talking to people and selling things, and people. I've always done that, and that's what I like. And then it just provokes some other things. So I'm like, okay, so, yeah. And I get people comment, yep. Oh, I can do that. And I'm like sweating. And I'm like, oh, God, it's not 9 o'clock yet. Alex ain't up yet. Oh, I'm waiting. I'm like, so I'm like, Alex, I'm in trouble. He goes, what you do now? So what do I got to do now? So yeah, I literally go right to Alex because he knows what he's doing, and I'm learning, but it's really a funny thing. It's really funny. I kind of miss those days.
The good news is you've got the machines to do all that stuff now. Now you got someone like Anca who's saying she can actually give you the coaching to, now that you can do it.
Speaking of which, hold on, I'm forcing this segue. Speaking of learning, what's this all about, Anca?
There you go.
Yes.
What's going on here? So what are we going to see? For those of you who are listening, this is the live view of Anca's
nothing.
Anca's big nothing. Does it have any subscribers yet? Not one.
No, I did not. Oh my God, don't.
This is a platform for launching.
It will.
What? You talk to me.
So I am going to launch as soon as we are done with the season.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking to first grab actual real results. Let's just back up a little bit. I don't believe when someone is posting on any of the laser business platforms, something like, look at my revenue, look how much money I made. Mm-hmm. Because I can do that with even that stupid little app called Canva. I can fake everything if I want to.
Right.
So because I know that everyone knows that it can be fake, because we are in a world of designers, so to speak, I needed some actual people who were following my playbook. So when this season will be closed, we will grab some live chats. I will put some videos together and trying to promote how to start a small laser business. And
what kind of content are we going to see? Like, what's it going to look like?
Well, they are actual steps to take, and there's like bullet point actual
actionable
steps.
Yeah.
Yes. Like you can take it and put it over your business and see if it fits. If it doesn't, you need to make adjustments. And if there are needed any adjustments, that's when I come in game. And if you want to hire me for, fine tuning it, then I'm there.
So I have a quick question about that. So are you kind of focusing more on people who are where Jimmy and myself are? Like, I'd say Jimmy and I are kind of in the same spot where it's like we're ready to go.
No, you're in a better spot than I am.
Whatever. But what I'm getting at, though, is like we both have Shopify. We both have the tools now. It's like, okay, now that we have these tools and we have production and capability for production, what's the next step? Or are you looking more towards people, or also maybe both? We literally had someone in the Laser Everything Facebook group the other day just come out and say, I have money. What machine do I get, and what do I do with it? What do you make when you get the machine, and how do you sell it? What's your best sellers? And it was like, it was like, holy cow. And by the way, that's fair because some people, that's where they are. But like, so are you looking more towards
delete?
Okay, so let's go with Jimmy. Jimmy, what he needs is actually structure. Matt, what you will need is actually to decide what you want to do. Do you want to do the laser business, or do you want to still be a teacher? That is your problem that you need to solve.
That's a big problem. We say that all the time on the podcast. I'm
going to let you tell my students
on a part-time job.
No, you shouldn't, because you can only do that big step move decision when you are actually ensuring that you can support a health insurance and a system that will work for you and your family.
My kids don't need that. They'll be all right.
So that is what I actually do. So I picked 5 people who are coming from total different perspective. One who still wants to be and still a hobby maker, which is great. You don't have to be anything else if you want to be a hobby. But why would you want to be a hobby maker and spend money that is, at the end of the day, out of your pocket to make other people happy? It's fine that you want to make people happy. And I know that my husband is going to love me for this, but you cannot always make other people happy. You have to be happy first. So that's one of my students. And I have someone, just like you said, the third example, I have money. What do I do? Well, we got to go to work. That is so much work right there. If you have money, you don't know what to do. That's a lot of work. And then that's the most, I think, intense student that I have.
Well, because the other thing too is like you jump in.
Right. If you already have some skills, you have some tools, it's easier to manage a startup like that. But if you have no experience whatsoever, that's a hard work. Really hard work.
I think too, when they come into the groups and see all the information, they just, because I mean, if you join like 5 or 6 groups, it's like, here's this guy, here's this guy, here's this machine here, and they see it and they want to do it all.
I was just like that. When I had my Glowforge, I made all the mistakes you can make. I had no idea what it means to have been purchasing a file from Design Bundle and make a small change and sell it as your own. You're not allowed to. Bang. I was banned from that group. I learned. And then, because I was saying this before, it's so hard. And then again, you follow so many people, and I follow so many people who are makers and designer and owners and you name it. And then it's such a very thin line to cross between inspired by and copy at. And when someone really thinks that you are only there to copy their work, it makes you feel uncomfortable and you are unsecure of everything you do and where you go. So with some steps of the learning process, you need to know the back, all the back information that is required to know when you're owning a laser business. Because if you are, I know that you guys had a guest some long time ago, someone who's from Canada, and he uses a platform named Zazik.
Guy from Canada.
I don't know. He's got a terrible name. It's like Smalix.
Alex Campbell, Etrified. He's out there somewhere.
He used Tzatziki, and on Tzatziki, he said if someone will upload, let's say, a logo that you don't have any licenses to it, and he will just do it because it's what the client job required. Actually, you shouldn't, because that makes you really, really bad here in America. You are in trouble.
Liable.
very liable.
Yeah.
Because you know what you're doing. It's not like you're blind.
Right.
So,
right.
And these are the things that a lot of my, for example, students had no idea about. Like, there's a guy who sells beautiful files, and I'm his biggest fan. I think I love his files up and down. And I purchased them, but then he said, "You already sold too many. You can't sell anymore." I didn't know that. I didn't read your small print, but now I know.
Right. Yeah,
Oh, that's actually true. They
put
like,
sales limits on things.
I had no idea.
And then there's like
Why?
a price for commercial use too.
Yeah.
And then I had to pay the commercial use because I sold
good God.
lots of those maps, and everybody knows them.
Yep.
I dabble in fixing like files and stuff like that, and it's really hard. It's really hard.
Jimmy dabbles in piracy, and he's learning to be a better pirate. Is the translation there?
Correct. Yeah, I'm learning.
So let me tell you something more about the fair, because I think I wanted to say this. So the one thing that you need to know about fair is that if you already have a client base, let's say you have had already sales in wholesales areas, right? You sell for the school, that's a wholesale. Or you sell for realtor, more than 10 items, that's a wholesale. Anything that is over 10, it's a wholesale. So, and then you can grab all that information of all your clients, take them with you to fair, have them open an account, which is for free, and they get shipping for free because it's carried by fair, and you get 0 commission out of your product that it's sold through fair. Nothing would be retained, and that is done for exactly 60 days. That's how I started. I first contacted all my contacts and told them, I want to launch this, but I don't want to do it stupid. I want to do it clever. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add you to fair. Please open this account. In the next 60 days, we need to clear those orders. They have an account, they pay nothing for it, and I had the privilege of offering the work, plus exposing my work to other potential then buyers. That's how it worked. And it is smooth. They get $100 credit even. So their order that was supposed to be, let's say, $500 was only $400. They had profited from it as well as I did too. After that time period of 60 days, I have to pay a commission to it.
Right.
So let's say I made a sales and was $100 and I'm paying 1.5%.
But you do get a little like intro boost there just to get going.
It is only possible to do a good intro boost if you plan it ahead of time. So anything that you do at any platform, even Shopify or Etsy, if you plan it ahead of time and you get your immediate, circle of friends and family to support you at the beginning, it makes a big difference for you. Anything that you sell on. And I believe in the community. Without the community, just no way, it wouldn't never be a way for me to grow. I am thankful to all of my local clients. They know that very well because I'm always very supportive of their business as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then I noticed too, I just want to poke at this really quick before I forget. Right under the fair link, it says shop with us on Jane. That's something I've never heard of before. What is Jane? Fair I'd heard of and had a general idea of what it was. I have no idea what Jane is. What is Jane?
And Jane is my best-selling platform, by the way.
Okay.
Let me show you what I have.
I feel like this is like pulling the curtain back.
Yeah, that's my job. I pull curtains all day.
I love Jane. Jane is a name. Okay, so let's share that screen again.
Let's see here. I got you. Come on up. Where's Anca's? There it is. Okay.
Whoa.
Infinity mirror.
So
let's go here. Do you see this?
Yep. Perfect.
Okay, so this is Jane. Let's go back to where am I? There I am. I need to update my pictures. Okay, so Jane is a platform that works very, very well where New York, New Jersey, North Carolina, South Carolina, a little bit more to the north even. Those states are my best selling states. I do have now some offers which is this 3 ornament and this 3 ornament. They are going now for 30 days, which is exclusively only for good sellers. And normally they have a product that is running only 3 days. As you can see, there's only 2 days left. They have special offers that you are planning ahead of time. Let me show you this screen. So you plan this on a calendar ahead of time. You place your offers ahead of time. And they actually look at the offer. And if they like the offer, they will buy in the offer. If they don't like the offer, they will refuse it or bump it. They will say, this is something that we have too much of it. We don't want it. But they offer a lot of resources here on the bottom, as in why I love Jane is because they are just like I like to do business as well. They are calculated ahead of time, half a year ahead of time. You know what's coming and you know how to prepare your product line too. So there's a calendar for everything on Jane, for home decor, cool. Clothing, jewelry, anything that you want. So if you know what you want to offer and you have a resource that you can offer here, you can just plan ahead of time. So, and these 2 here are, for the first time ever, they're offering 30 days. And I'm selling very well, I think. Out of 100 that I decided to sell, I already sold 48 pieces. Wow, and this one is 18. The prices, I'm not sure if I can reveal all of that. Let me just grab this to the side.
I'm just going
to show you something else.
So you plan sales ahead of time. And then Jane chooses whether or not they want to host that sale and show it to people?
Right. Well, no, you know that ahead of time. You know, 2 weeks.
2 weeks ahead of time.
So you have 2 weeks to prepare it. Mm-hmm.
Got it.
You have 2 weeks to prepare, but they are requiring to have at least 50 units ready. Mm-hmm. I do customized products, so I don't have to have any ready, but I have to commit to send them in. Time frame. I have to send them out in 7 days. Otherwise, they bump you really low. And if you're not having a high rate, you're going to not have any sales at all.
Right. Do you take college courses on this? Because I'm lost. It's very intriguing. It's very intriguing, but I'm just like, good God.
I promise you on my list is don't talk too much.
No. You're doing great. You're doing awesome.
As soon as Jimmy saw multiple colors, he was out.
Yeah.
So this is I'm kind of on board with Jimmy a little bit. I mean, I get it. I'm following along. Jimmy is having an aneurysm, but
no.
When you are sitting around doing all of this shit all day, when do you ever actually get anything lasered?
Exactly.
Yeah, like when are you working on your machines?
Right.
Well, I am proud to say that on that part, I am organized.
That's where you're gonna lose me.
This is where that YouTube channel is going to come in, Key. I think right there. Yeah,
I'm just organized. I have every morning. I have a little ritual with my husband. We have our coffee, and then I have exactly 1 hour designated for social media, and then I do have a Facebook group and a TikTok channel, and I'm just very spontaneous. If I feel like I want to say something, I'll just say it. It doesn't have to. I know people always say I'm not going to share anything. It doesn't have any content of relevance for anybody else, but it doesn't matter. If I want to share something, I'm just going to share it. I'm just like that. And I don't think that I know it all. I just learn from others. And what I believe that I can do well, I can filter very well. That is probably my key, is that I can. Because that's what we all do at the end of the day, other than you, Alex. I believe everyone else is just taking in information and scanning it and, take what you need, take what you don't. If you can implement it, you can keep it or not. But most of the people are so distracted by, as you said, by Jimmy's colors. So many colors you can't really think anymore. I'm not like that. The more colors, the better. It makes like, this is where I can put this. This is how I can use that. This is how I can implement this. Can I ask
you, do you have a folder with like 100 multiple colored tabs? You do?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
She looks like the kind of person who would go to like the Office Depot and be like,
Leslie Nope.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have 50 calendars. I just don't keep any.
There you go.
I have them all over the place, I think.
Nice Parks and Rec reference, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, The only thing that I keep and is my Bible, and it's not a Bible.
God, look at that. That's like the diary from the Last Crusade.
It's not a Bible.
Wait a minute, tuck and roll.
These are my passcodes, and that's it. That's the only thing that I actually value a lot.
That would be super important. Yeah, with all this
more
stuff
than
you've
that,
got
I
going
don't
on.
have. I don't have. I do. I had to learn, and I am not. So I know it's gonna sound very awkward, but sometimes we spend time with you, Alex, in bed. My husband and I.
Oh, nice, cool, good, chill. That's okay. Do you see all of these nasty boys right here? They all do the same exact thing. So
I didn't say a word.
I'm used to it.
I didn't say a word.
Should I share the pictures?
No.
We both watch, videos, and then there are, there's a learn tutorials, or there are so many other great makers out there. We just like to filter what works for us. But I am a little special. I need to first hit my head against the wall until I realize it. I have very hard time to learn things. I don't learn as fast as others.
Mm-hmm.
But
I know that feeling.
What I have is the privilege of having a husband who's patient enough to explain it to me. And that's why I was discovering your channel, and I was, oh my God, look, someone who's talking slow to me.
Yeah.
Someone who understands me.
And you can hit rewind.
We try to go a little slower and go every piece, there's so much skipping over of things, and it drives me nuts because that bothers my OCD. Like, if it's not all in a perfect line in order and everything needs to be included, and if it's just patchworked, it drives me nuts, don't skip things.
By the way, as silly as it sounds, Anca's right. And then the other thing too is when you started putting in tabs on your videos, so I could just kind of mouse over and be like, here's where I need right there. That. Yep. Oh my God, it makes my life so much easier.
So long to make too. Those
but
are
it's so useful.
Kyle occasionally goes in and he'll do a couple and surprise them with me as a present, and I feel bad. But I try to do them when I publish videos, but usually I have to just go to the next edit, which sucks. But yeah, I know they're useful. That's why we try to do them. So,
by the way, that Jane tip was super cool. That's really interesting.
Jane's neat.
And Jane's what I did? I picked Jane. Honestly, at the beginning, just for fun. I heard about it and I was, let's try it. But I am using that platform in and out with all its resources. It's such a great platform. I have learned so much on it. They are just mouth feeding you with the information. You just have to be really lazy not to put it into action. And I learned to implement their way of thinking and planning to add it to my own business, which is my website or Amazon or whatever, you name it, because it's so easy to follow. It was such an easy to follow concept. And one of the things that I have really got addicted to is because those platforms recognize how much influences are from other way of how you can sell your product. They have a great customer service. I am absolutely dependent on customer service because sometimes I don't understand the system and I need someone to really guide me very slowly. And if you call Fair or contact Fair, they're right there. If you call or contact Shopify, they're right there.
Yeah.
Same with Jane. They're always there. I know people have bad experiences with Amazon. I only have great experiences with Amazon. And I can call them at 5 or 4 a.m. in the morning. They're there. So I always need someone to talk to me, to tell me what to do.
I'm sure that's why you ended up with the mirror there behind you too, right? Because when you call, you pick up the phone.
I'm like, there's a mirror back there. I can see it.
My Hellboy, actually formerly known as Hellboy, today known as Alex, because Alex was the last engineer who was running the tests on it and made sure that the machine runs smoothly. And I got the acrylic stamped with his name, so I renamed it Alex.
Nice.
Notice that Alex is in her life right now.
It's a good name.
Alex is.
It's a good name.
Yeah.
Well, But I name everything. My
When
car's
it catches
name
on
is
fire, call it Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Oh, stop it.
Felix, I don't think that I've. So Felix has an imaginary horse now, and it exists in the form of a pool noodle that is in the living room. She rides around and it neighs. And Miranda offhandedly asked him what the horse's name was the other day, and he said it was Scabbles.
Scabbles.
At Scabbles. Okay, and then for Nugget's first birthday, my mom got her one of those Little Tykes pink rocking horses, like solid blast of the
Those
classic
things are
ones.
beast mode.
And so that's named Canilla. Canilla. Whatever, dude. So
Hi-ho, Scabbles.
we're just he's naming everything. We got a lot of names going on.
It's my kind of person. I name my car. My car has a name. My first car's name was Zilke, which means silky in English.
That's awesome. Silky.
Was a Nissan pearl colored. I have a truck now, and the truck is name is Steve because the first male person that I met, and in the triathlon world where I was moving around, he was the best triathlete I ever met, and good looking. That's how my truck is. Very good.
By the way,
looking.
can you say the word truck one more time?
Truck.
That's truck. Like when she said it a minute ago, like it was straight up Texas. She was like, "I got a truck."
I got a
truck.
I heard that.
I got a truck, and I was like, "Where'd the German go?"
My first car ever was a 1994 Honda Civic that was literally, it had a hole in the transmission the size of my fist that I patched with JB Weld and a t-shirt. And the first place that I drove it after I took it out of the junkyard that I bought it from was Taco Bell, and the waitress's name at Taco Bell was Jasmine, and so I named that car Jasmine.
Jasmine, yay!
Yeah, I named my cars too. My Elantra's Diane. Miranda wants.
Sometimes I'm just looking. Sometimes I'm just looking for names. I need to name everything that I own. It's kind of. So I have a fiber laser, and that fiber laser is obviously Pascal.
Oh shit! We named the lasers, didn't we? What are the lasers' names? Who remembers? I don't remember.
That was before me.
I'm looking at you, Kyle, in case you can't tell.
No, because you're looking the opposite way.
I was gonna say.
I know. She's on the other screen. Here. There you go. I'm looking at you. Look. Kyle.
Hi, Alex.
The CO2 Galvo had it. It was like Holga or some shit. What?
Oh,
it was no, I think it started with a C.
I don't want to go.
Broomhilda.
Hilda. I don't want to go watch the live streams to find it. But now it's going to eat me up. I don't remember. She has pretty eyelashes that we engraved on.
I know the stream it was named. I'll go back.
I'll pull it up. Yeah, I'm gonna.
He has I just put up on social media the tour of his studio. You can see the eyelashes on it too. It's pretty cool. Anca, what kind of fiber laser do you have though?
I have a 30 watt Lycus von Pascal.
Okay.
Pascal is the best.
Von.
I even got a personal Christmas card from him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right,
Steven sent me a Christmas present this year.
Oh.
It was nice.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
2 out of the 6 lasers in my shop right now are named.
Oh, there.
The CO2 back there that is barely visible is the blue poo.
The blue poo.
Blue poo.
I do remember that.
It's pretty shitty.
That's when you got the beam expander, right?
Yeah, and the 20 millimeter head, and we named it. And I don't remember the name. It's not in this episode, but
that's going to drive me crazy.
Somewhere. Yeah.
No, it was named in the episode where you unboxed it. And then the 100 watt is affectionately called the Death Star from Star Wars.
The Death Star.
Because it's a 100 watt fiber laser.
You know what? Anca strikes me kind of as a person too that would put googly eyes. Do you put googly eyes on things?
No, but I copied you and I started it.
You started it. So the CO2 Galvo has the eyes engraved onto it, those pretty big lashes.
Yeah.
And then the UV has some googly eyes on it too.
I thought I was like cooler than you guys. I was gonna be like, who names their stuff? Ha 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 ha. But then I realized my devices on Lightburn all have names. So the actual machines don't mean shit to me, but the devices that do the work.
Tell them what your UV is labeled.
Oh, that's probably going to be contrarian, but all right. So for me, I've got
your 110 lens.
Don't say contrarian, Matt.
Don't be contrarian, Alex. Anyways, so I've got the 110 on the fiber is just called the goddamn fiber. That's the 110. Then I've got Master Blaster is the 300. Middleman, because the 210, just the fucking middleman. Mini Melanoma Maker is my 110 UV. And then Big Ass UV Bitch is the 210.
Oh.
So I'm really classy. Anca's like, by the way, her name was like Silky.
Anca, I have a serious question for you. Have you? I know you're a really big fan of Laser Everything. You watch everything. You comment on everything all the time. Have you listened to Emergency Stop yet?
I did.
What did you think of Emergency Stop?
Oh God!
What did you think of it?
Well, at first I didn't know where the stop button was because I was too loud in the bedroom and my husband wanted to sleep and I was like panicking at the moment. But I'm not so sure right now.
Yeah.
Which episode did you watch, first of all?
Let me go back because I have.
Good Lord.
Voice, relax. It's okay,
His
buddy.
face getting red.
It's okay, buddy.
For some reason, I knew that I'm going to be asked that, so I have my notes. Wait a second.
She's really prepared, man.
How did Anca know I was going to ask her about emergency?
I don't know. Just
Badass. I like this lady. She's
I
cool.
don't know. I am always under. So my favorite one actually was. Wait. That's not the Word document.
Miranda says, "Oh my God! Stop talking about emergency shop. Stop! It should be taken off the internet."
It is a debauchery, that's for sure.
Meanwhile, Anca has notes on it.
I know,
I
right?
do.
You know what though? She's gonna be like, I know what your problem is. Like, she's gonna fix it for us.
You're allergic
No,
to
I actually
peaches.
don't. I don't know where my
Poison.
notes are. Doesn't
Well,
matter.
we have fun on there.
Yeah, we do have fun.
It's
on there.
good
I'm just curious because Anca's very professional, but she also seems to still have that like sharp edge, you know. So
Yeah.
Dude, she
seems
lasers
like a
cheese.
good.
She's awesome.
She lasers cheese. She seems like a good person to poll about the quality of E-Stop. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I have laser funnier stuff than cheese. I'm
Then-
a curious person, so when nobody is home, I do stuff.
That was like an emergency stop quote. When people aren't home, I do stuff.
I do stuff exactly.
We need a soundboard right there. That's I do stuff should be a button.
Wait, I got one.
Does it say
where
I
is
do
it?
stuff?
Now she's just making
she's
Kyle look even worse.
I have notes on that. I knew you were going to need that.
Yeah.
I got this one.
Applause.
There you go.
Nice.
That's another button that Kyle doesn't have.
When Roberto Blake hit the applause button during our interview with him, I shit myself. It scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, he gave zero warning. He was
Didn't
just
say
like
anything. He was just like, and then he's like,
That's right.
He
you can literally go
moved,
back and watch Alex's eyes go.
He just moved his eyes towards the corner and then he just touched the button.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nonchalantly.
listen, guys, we're at an hour. So that means I know, it's the end for us today. But
Oh wow, that was fast.
Anca, I know you've got a lot in the works for your channel, for your learning resources, for your coaching. I want to make sure that we highlight that when the time comes. So if you would, I'd love to have you back on when that stuff is actually getting ready to like come out so that we can do maybe like a little bit more of a deep dive on that content, catch up with you, see how your students are doing, and then talk about some of the content that'll be coming to the channel so we can get people subscribed. If you want to pre-subscribe early, the link to Anca's YouTube channel is down in the description. You can technically subscribe right now. So I would consider doing that because clearly this is not content you're going to want to miss. Also, guys, the TikTok, the Instagram, the Facebook, you're on Pinterest. We didn't even get to talk about Pinterest today. I don't have a fucking clue how Pinterest works. So
Nobody does.
okay. All right, that's fair.
She's still doing it.
The fair link is also down in the description. So if you want to check out Anca's Fair Shop or Jean Shop to get a little bit better of an idea about how those things work, those links are down there too, as well as a link to our online store and a bunch of other stuff. I just linked everything. So it's all down there. Make sure you go follow what Anca's doing. I know for a fact that you can find her on Facebook. She's all over the Facebook. Oh, yeah. She's on like the Laser Everything laser group for sure, and then a billion other places. You said you had your own Facebook group too?
Yeah, I was having this call to open it back again. I was running it. I had like 2,000 people in there, and then I had a breakdown together, and so I just quit social media altogether. And I reopened it and starting back again. Okay, cool.
I'll touch base with you after we're done and make sure that I add that to the link in the description as well for this so that people can check that out. Did I miss anything? Is that everything you want plugged?
I think yes, that's enough. I'm very thankful for this anyway. It's
course.
Yeah.
You've obviously got a lot to share, so I want to make sure that we get it out there.
Well, I would like to share one thing. So
okay, yeah, sure.
I wanted to say that no matter how far some, dreams of becoming a small business owner are, it's hard to make it out there. And everyone knows in theory that there are a lot of people out there that you can sell your product to, but you can do it as well on other forms and means in selling your products by just picking up the phone all times, just call people and offer your services. That is how I have gained my bigger businesses that I have ever run so far. And if you are afraid to offer your services, then you just have to work on those skills of just, speaking up and talk about your business, because that's what makes you unique is what you're selling. And not everyone knows about laser business, and it may seem unobvious because we live in such a small bubble. We all talk about lasers. We are with laser people connected. We only see what other laser people do, but not everyone knows about it. And just go out there, pick up the phone, pick up whatever you need to pick up. Just put a nice jacket on, put your nice shoes. Just go out and talk to businesses. People are always willing to connect locally and to offer businesses locally. That's a must in your concept of how to approach your business. If you are in retail, if you want to make product and sell it.
Nice. Perfect. Obviously we're going to be having you back on because you've got just so much in there. I can just see it all crammed in. So I'm stoked for that. But for now, co-hosts Kyle, Jimmy, Matt.
Thank you so much for having me.
Big Boys 3.0.
Yeah, here to the sponsors. Cheers.
Thank you, Coca-Cola, for sponsoring my colon cancer.
Yep.
I will never bow my head to a sponsor.
And that's all I've got, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Laser Source podcast. You got value out of it. Don't forget to smash the like button.
Call me.
Let everybody else know the content is good, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified the next time we upload an episode of the podcast. If you're listening to this podcast, please 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It makes a huge difference getting the podcast in front of other people. You don't have to leave a review. Instead, just write us a fan fiction about Anca's flight from Germany to Texas. I want to hear I want to hear what kind of adventures Anca went on. They don't have to be long, but tell me what happened to Anca on the plane during the flight. If you do, I'll read it out loud on next week's episode. And if you guys are lucky, we might even have Anca. I think Anca seems like a team player for E-Stop. We might have to get you on E-Stop at some point.
Oh, yeah. That's have a blast.
All I've got. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Peace.
Have a great night.
Cool.